Hello future millionaires, this is Aztec and this is the CSC. Today I'm going to release some information about wells. I'm going to be talking about pump and dumps in the crypto market, and this will tie into future predictions for Bitcoin, so stay tuned to the end of the video for all of the information I'm going to release today. So let's go ahead and get started. Basically, if you have followed my videos from the beginning, you know that I aim to give quality information that will enrich your life, possibly help you make large gains and live a better lifestyle. And that's really my biggest goal. I just want people to succeed. And of course, I want to make a name in crypto. I want people to understand that I make great predictions. I know where the future of crypto is going. So there's only one way you can do that, and that's to go ahead and put your name on the line and make predictions. So stay tuned for all that. So pump and dumps. A lot of people lose a lot of money in pump and dumps, and it really comes down to them not understanding how they work, and this is how wells take advantage of you. So a lot of people don't understand that once a coin is pumped, if you buy at a higher point, you have a very good chance of losing money, because those coins, once they're pumped, they fall hard, and they become extremely volatile, and they can make you feel like you need to FOMO in or out and lose money. A lot of people buy when the signals group or whoever's pumping the coin tells them to, and if you do at that time, you're buying in with a huge crowd. And if you do a market buy, which most people do, you can be forced to buy at a very high amount, and of course that leads to losing money. So this is a practice that generally, pump and dumps, you really generally are going to lose money. Unless you're putting in a buy order and someone, like a limit buy, and someone decides to sell at that exact limit, and that's towards the bottom of the pump, you're really going to have a higher chance of losing money in a pump and dump. Now, pump and dumps, of course, are illegal in traditional markets, and I would never suggest that anyone participate in pump and dumps because they're extremely risky. But in the case that you want to know more about it, or you want to protect yourself, I would definitely suggest to keep watching this video. Now, the only proper way of being part of a pump and dump and not losing money would be to either be in the know, be one with the wells and part of the research process to find these coins, and of course buy in before everyone else buys in, before they even say go, and of course then you'll be able to sell, have time to sell and things like that, so that you actually profit. The other way is to understand why coins are pumped. Now, I have my trusty phone, like always, and I'm going to go ahead and just tell you some coins that have recently been pumped. You can go ahead and look at the coins in the daily chart, and you'll see some kind of flat line and then an extreme pump. And I want to go ahead and point out these coins so that you can visualize the things that I'm talking about. So coins that have been recently pumped, you have IOST, you have Incash, ADX, SYS, PPT, LSK or LISK, PHX, GAS or GAS, Storm, NXS, Data, DATA, Theta, THETA, NAS. These are all coins that have been recently pumped. And what people look for are coins that have extremely low volume. There are sites out there that allow you to see what parts of the world own coins or tokens, the type of wallets that own the most. They call them rich lists, and they can see which wallet addresses own the most. And of course, if there's a certain coin that has low volume but has a lot of people that own large portions of the market circulating supply, that would be a red flag, because there's a very big chance that those people would sell once it's pumped, and make the pump less profitable. So basically, there's all these different indicators that are basically looking for coins that have little resistance, small or very little sell walls, low volume, kind of those dark horses that people wouldn't think are going to be pumped, and then they choose those coins, and everyone jumps on board and they're easily pumped. So basically, another way of making money with pump and dumps is just buying these coins with a very small amount and putting sell orders, or like a sell limit, at right underneath the resistant points, the next resistant point. Now, these are extremely risky plays, because if Bitcoin falls, these coins are going to fall, and they usually fall the hardest. So, this is definitely not something I'm suggesting anyone do. But again, like I said towards the beginning of the video, this will tie into my predictions for Bitcoin that I'll talk about in a little bit. And also, I really want to put this out there. I want to shed some light on this, because if I know I have a small channel, but if this gets out there and the right people talk about it, we can slow pump and dumps. And pump dumps are horrible, especially with new people coming into the market. They don't understand these things. They lose money, and they just push them out of the market. It's really bad practice. So because it's risky, my goal would be to eliminate the practice of pump and dumps, or at least make them less profitable by shedding this light on the practice. So, if you're more in the know, and more people are in the know, and they participate in these type of practices, if they don't become illegal or whatever, they'll slow the profitability and slow the chances of pump and dumps happening. So, of course, that would be my goal. So that's why I'm talking about this. But another way of, like I was saying, another way of being profitable would be just to go ahead and buy these types of coins with low volume, low sell walls, less people holding large amounts, and basically holding them until they're pumped, and putting a sell order underneath the resistance level, so that you have a better chance of making profit. You can make 30 to 50% profit in some cases by doing this. Of course, I don't recommend this, but in the case that I'm pretty sure if you're in the crypto market, about 50% of you guys out there have all been, have probably messed around with these types of things. And if I can at least help you fare better with this than these things, and that's going to make my day. So, anyways, this really ties in to what I think is going on with Bitcoin, guys. Now, I'm definitely throwing something out here. Tell me what you think about this, because this is kind of like a prediction for me. A lot of people currently are talking about one more shakeout before Bitcoin climbs. A lot of people are saying, oh, Bitcoin's going to fall underneath 5,800 basically, and then shoot up. We're going to go up from there, either start climbing from there or shoot up from there. But I find all this talk, all this noise to be extremely interesting, because basically what the Wells, and even people I know, and some of my contacts have told me, what they want is for people to sell. Every time you sell, you have a really good chance of selling to a well. And the biggest example I can give you guys is I was trading when Ethereum hit $175 just recently. And this is probably, even though I've been in the market for years, this is the first time that it really hit me how basically how wells are truly just accumulating at this point. So basically Ethereum hit at 175, and all of a sudden, I was just seeing capitulation happen, and all of a sudden I see these huge sell orders, 300, Ethereum being sold at 175, 500, 400. And what I was seeing is buy orders coming, just scooping them up. And Ethereum couldn't break 175, that area, at least on the exchange I was looking at. And this happened for about 10 minutes straight. Just people were dumping, trying to sell their Ethereum. And someone, and of course it's not just someone, it's a group of people, were just buying it up. So much that no matter how large the sell orders were coming in, they were just being bought up before the value could drop any further. And of course, Ethereum being, around 100, well, being sold at $175 and being sold at, 300, 500, 400, sell orders, not anyone can just, accumulate that much Ethereum like that. It's definitely people in the know, people with a lot of money. And especially because this happened consistently for like 10 minutes straight before we got a little bounce upward, and then of course it dropped again, and then bounced up all the way up to like 200 or something. But that kind of power really showed me that the wells aren't playing around right now, guys. They are accumulating. And of course, what I see is that the wells are really trying to push people out, really trying to have people sell their holdings. Why? It goes back to what I just talked about, the pumps. Now, if they can take people and all the coins they own and break them and make them sell out of fear, then they can accumulate for dirt cheap. And you hear all this talk, all this, if you go through the Reddits, if you go through social media, and you really realize that wells really manipulate all these type of tools, then you'll notice that there's this big thing going on right now. There's everyone, a lot of even the top YouTubers are talking about. They're saying one more shakeout, one more big drop. Now, because I know things, I really have come to an understanding that I really believe that all of this is being pushed out there because they want you to sell. This is not financial advice, guys. Nothing I talk about is financial advice. Do what you want with your own crypto. I'm just telling you what I realize here, what I see. But I also can tell you exactly what I know based off conversations I've had with people that are way up on the food chain. Now, they want you to sell because they're just buying it up cheap. If they get this big drop, they're just going to accumulate. If they can get you to sell your holdings or go into tether, essentially sell, or any way that they can get you to sell, make you feel like this is a scary time, that this is, not the bottom, and they can force you to sell, they're going to go ahead and accumulate. And what will happen, and what I see, is that if they can create less volume, if they can create less sell walls, they can basically break everyone's banks, that they have, or holdings of the crypto, so that people have less in their holdings in general. Bitcoin will be more profitable when they pump it. So guys, because we know that coins are pumped when less people are holding, this could definitely be the time when they're just breaking everyone, having everyone sell. And when they pump it, everyone is going to have to buy in at a much higher price. Something to think about, guys. I know how the whales work. I've worked with them for years now. And I just really find that this is interesting. This is a very interesting time. So do what you want with this information, guys. At the end of the day, I'm just another guy in this crypto world. Someone that definitely knows a lot, but there's always a possibility that I could be wrong. Always. Even though, if you guys look over my track record, I've rarely been wrong. And in the cases that I've had small failures, it's been more due to things that could have been 50-50, really. So anyways, look out for what's going on. Really, it's okay to be a contrarian. And all I can tell you guys is I'm not selling. I'm not selling what I have. I'm personally holding. I'm going to make some videos about some more safe plays. I want to do a deep dive on Cardano. It's something that I like. It's a project that I think is going to be a really good coin. And I'll probably get into some unicorn coins. Of course, like I've said before, I'm the AKA unicorn hunter, dubbed by my inner circle. Look out for more videos, guys. Look out for what's going on. You can see that basically Bitcoin in this type of with it basically wedging currently and getting the candlesticks getting tighter and tighter. You understand that from a TA point of view, it looks more bearish in my opinion than it does bullish. And there's a lot of sentiment saying we're going to go down from here. We're going to go down from here. I'm really seeing this really strongly. And the contrarian in me really says, but if I just looked at this from a TA point of view, I'd probably be wrong. It's just what I think, because the fundamentals are screaming that we're going to see higher highs soon. So you heard it here, guys. I hope you guys realize that the things I talk about are things that you're not going to get from, some general news network, even crypto general news networks. Stories I want to talk about are things that no one else is talking about. I want to give you guys information that will truly push you forward, information that only the elites in crypto know, and I want to give you that. So, future millionaires, tell me what you think about this video. I want some comments, guys. Let me know what you're thinking. That would make me happy. If you want to like this video, if you found it interesting, throw me a like. That also really gets me going. But anyways, guys, hope you're faring well in this market. I'm still bullish until I can't be. And I'm excited for the future of money. Take it easy, guys.